Hi, Karina here. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm an intuitive, transformational life coach and astrologist. And if you're just joining, please give me a subscribe if you'd like to keep seeing my videos, and a like. And if you'd like to comment, please comment your sun sign and moon sign and rising below. If you don't know, go to astro.com. All right, see you soon. Let's get right into it. Okay, thank you guys for joining. Whoa. Wow. Okay, that's all I have to say. Since August 1st, there has been a lot of crazy shifts. When Mars applied to Uranus and finally met up having a conversation with destiny points, a lot of timeline shifts were changing, right? And if you're on your path, most likely you have been getting some opposition or psychic attacks. That is just a little indicator that you're on the right path. Just protect your energy and keep on going. All right. So I did not realize, but this might be a little, look at the moon. It's a full moon in Aquarius tomorrow, August 11th, August 12th, depending on where you're located. I'm a Leo, and this is for Aquariuses. Aquarius, this is your completion. This is your full moon. And for Leos, this is in your 7th house of partnerships. Depending on your rising, this full moon in Aquarius is at 19 degrees of Aquarius. Now, this is going to be touching for you Aquariuses on a completion or a highlight as to your looks, how you're being viewed in society, in your friends groups, in your partnerships. There might be something that has come to that you are noticing that might need to be shifted or changed. Now, this full moon in Aquarius is conjunct Saturn, okay? And Saturn is the planet of restriction, karma, and structure. So we might be feeling, or the lack thereof feelings, emotional like we're putting our emotionals on the side, okay? And our intuitions are starting to solidify, and the future is becoming a little more clear. This adds a bit of seriousness to this full moon, and it can highlight our relationships with our mother figures, our family, and our home, something that has to do with our foundation. Now, this could also be things of the past, because Saturn is kind of like the old dude, you know, showing up to the party in a suit and a tie. And so there are some restrictions that we have seen play out around the world since 2020. Now, there's a lot of stuff coming up from this Uranus square Saturn, okay? And this is going to be building up and exactly square, I think the final square. It's been happening for a while, since January of 2021. And then we had January of 2002. And then now we're coming up to October 10th of 2022 is the Uranus Saturn square. Now, Uranus is like, I'd say like the humanity. It's a rebellious kind of planet. It wants liberation, it wants freedom, and it wants progression and evolution. Now, Saturn is the structures, and it wants to remain the way the things have always been. It doesn't want to change. It doesn't want to bend. We're going to see this a lot more with the older generations. So I see Saturn as the old generations and the old world. I see Uranus as the new world and the newer generations that want liberation and change and freedom. Freedom to love and marry whoever they want. Freedom to have a child or not have a child. Freedom of choosing whether they want to have a vaccine, having a choice if they want to operate their business, and a choice to, and freedom to make money and and enjoy the new currency of cryptocurrency. We should have the freedoms whether we want to be in the metaverse or not. So there's a lot of things changing, there's a lot of things moving, and there's a lot of moving parts. Now, these two have been dancing since January 2021, like I said. And then, we kind of thought that this whole thing was somewhat subsided, right? Then January 2022, it came back up. So we thought it was over again when Saturn is retrograde, right? Because it backed into 18 degrees where we will have an exact square on October 10th. So I'm just looking at the parallels with Uranus square Saturn. So January 2021, there was a pretty big outbreak. I think the news was projecting that it was like the highest causes of death in the US from COVID. And then January 2022 came around, and the news projected that COVID cases had reached the highest yet in the US again, which is weird to me because by then we've had, vaccines and boosters and stuff. You wouldn't think that the COVID cases were the highest projected for January of 2022, especially if they're saying that this is an effective way, wearing masks and getting vaccinations and getting boosters. But to me, that's not congruent with information. So this Saturn square Uranus means that this could be an aspect associated with the news projecting more deaths about COVID in October, and therefore possible restrictions. Now, Saturn rules, like I said, restrictions and laws and government systems, and Uranus rules freedom, rebellion, and humanity. So from all this, I am wondering if humanity is finally going to come to a head and fed up with this government and how they're handling this pandemic. And will we finally see some kind of revolution or rising against? Maybe people will start seeing the lies of control. They're installing all these they're fear mongering us. And COVID, yes, is a virus, okay? Just like all the other viruses, like the flu, we're evolving as humanity, and so is the flu. So this is just a new upgraded flu. And it's just, for some reason, they shut down the whole world for this one, okay? And against our rights, forced vaccines onto the people. And yes, this is a repeat from smallpox pandemic in 1774. And why do I say that? Because the planet Pluto was at 27 degrees of Capricorn, where it had returned February 20th of 2022. Okay. So if you look at history, go research it. Smallpox pandemic around 1774, 1775 was the New World Government. Okay. This is Continental Congress, where the very few made decisions for the mass population. Okay. That was created in the 1700s. Mind you, it's 2022. This is an old system, and the two-party system needs to go. It's not helping humanity. It's actually creating a lot of division and separation. And people aren't voting the way that they want to vote because they feel like their vote won't count if they vote for a particular person. Okay. We're being forced to pick a certain party. Okay. And so people are becoming in office that we really don't, as a collective, want in office. Multiple people have told me on both the Democrat and the Republican side that they were not happy with the choices that we had for the election between Biden, right, and Trump. So, so my point being is that after the Continental Congress was created, we had July 4th, 1776, which was the beginning of the New World. So this is actually what has been happening since 2020, right? So we are moving into the new world and we are dying to the old world. Like back in the day, it was more smallpox that wiped out the indigenous people, Spaniard quest, and then the new world, right? It was being taken over. And so this is just another repeat in history. I'm going to link 3 videos below of me talking about this, and one is about the predictions that I made in 2020 for the predictions through, I believe, 2023 or 2024. Okay, so moving on. Sorry, I kind of got off track, but I think this has a lot to do with this new moon or this full moon in Aquarius, because Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, okay? But it's also ancient ruler is Saturn. And in Aquarius energy is about changing the world through innovative ideas and inducing social change. Aquarius is progressive and it's inventive, humanitarian, unconventional, eccentric, and really envisions what the future could hold. And this is what is going to be unfolding. Okay. So when things start repeating from like 2020, 2021, we're like, what the hell's going on? We can't keep doing the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. That's insanity. Okay, so the moon is conjunct Saturn. Like I said, it's like it's kind of restricting some of the emotions, and it's kind of slowing us down a little bit. Where Aquarius kind of wants to speed ahead. Now, Saturn is also opposing the Sun, okay, in Leo. And this is we're facing a little bit of a restriction when we just want to have fun because it's Leo season. Leo season is all about being fun, okay? I mean, come on. Venus is entering the fiery fixed fire sign Leo on this full moon. So everything in Leo is bigger, better, and best, okay? So flirty, flamboyant, and fun are kind of the F words for this Venus in Leo transit. Extravagant, courting, and warm-hearted loving and romance. And the romance is just off the charts with this kind of energy. And so Mercury is still in Virgo at 12 degrees. So our minds can become really tuned in to certain details and seeing the truth and getting the receipt, like getting the things that we need to satisfy whatever we've been feeling. So like if we've been having a certain intuition about something, like a lot of people have been expressing to me that they do feel like something is coming, okay? And something big is coming. And that is not too far from the truth as far as the astrology, okay? As far as the planets and what they're saying to me. So this Mercury is this analytical problem-solving mind. It's trying to find the most efficient and best ways to go about things. It could be a little obsessive in its thinking. So we might be overthinking a lot of things. We kind of want to get out of our heads and more into our hearts at this time because Aquarius is an air sign and it's all about the intellect as well as Mercury being in Virgo. So we're more in tune with like our surroundings and we're picking up on little small nuances. It's a nice energy to organize your space and to make your home a sweet home. So clearing out the space, getting rid of the old, so you're making room for the new. Now, when Mars is conjunct Uranus and the Destiny node, the North node, is starting to move away from that. So the intensity, kind of like the erratic feeling, like kind of feeling all over the place, a little bit of anxiousness, and the unexpected. This could be like car accidents or finding out information. And so the veil's being lifted. Our relationships are being seen a lot clearer. We can figure out where I just spit. A little clearer. And Uranus in this full moon is squaring the moon and the sun. So there is a need for excitement, and this can this can like cause us to create stimulation of excitement if we're not being satisfied with that stimulation. So be really mindful not to create drama or like just stuff to trigger this excitement. It's not a good time for like sudden relationship shifts. Just wait it out. And if your mother happens to be giving you problems right now, you can thank this transit. And then be mindful of rapid mood swings and impulsive behaviors. So try to just stay calm and stuff like that. And Pluto in Capricorn is opposing Lilith in Cancer. Now, on the astro.com, it's not reflecting an opposition. But when I went on my Astro Goal, which is more accurate because it's a paid professional app, that Pluto and Lilith are opposing each other. So Pluto being in Capricorn, which is like this destruction of the old world. It's an interesting battle between the darker energies, because Pluto and Lilith are kind of darker in nature. They're very like you have the serpent bearer and then the god of the underworld, and they're kind of like having a battle right now. And Black Moon Lilith is in Cancer. So there is this rebelling against like our emotions, the feminine, the nurturer, like the family, the homelands, the emotions. And the god of the underworld is about elimination and regeneration, and it's destroying the governing systems, traditions, and structures, which is Capricorn. And yeah, so I am curious as to see how that plays out, which is just a side note because they are outer planets. And so, yeah, Pluto is trine Mars in Taurus. So we will feel driven to break past the barriers that has got in our way of our desires. So because we're still in the current timeline shifting that's taking place, and the unexpected events that has happened and is kind of subsiding, but continuing to show why and what direction that we're going. For example, so let's say that you're on a hike and you're on a trail and you have mapped out the destination. You're going to hike to a hot spring, okay? And while you're on your hike, on your path, you come across a blockage, okay? And maybe it's a landslide or something like that. And there's no detour sign because maybe you are the first to come across this. This is a new obstacle. This is the energy at play, this rerouting, this timeline shift, this, okay, now where am I going and how am I going to get there? So it's about rethinking our path forward. And if we're going to go to the same hot spring, or are we going to go to a different hot spring? Or maybe we'll decide to go to the lake, or maybe we'll decide to turn around and do a drive somewhere else. So that is the energy. I'd like to read the inside degrees for 19 degrees of Aquarius, and it is loud crashing noises as a glacier moves. The indomitable spirit of one who has been at this forever and will still be on collective karmic alert to the very end. Purpose hugely takes precedence. However, is changing, and whatever is staying the same are the two forces you track with and report back to cosmic center upon. You are being driven to the utmost to observe and witness objectively and dispassionately all the decisive and epical shifts and pressures in the collective mix, eyes wide open in the dark, attention riveted to trends and turning points and yielded up to a long ago agreed to code of recording and evaluating all the relevant data so that the cosmic forces can determine what is happening way down here and can fine-tune their ways to evolve the situation optimally. So that all concerned can synchronize with the greater ways and be released from anything and everything that runs counter to the brightest promise of Earth's evolution. So that is that, which is very in line with this chart right now. So we have a lot of planets retrograde, okay? So a lot of the bigger planets like Jupiter and Saturn they're retrograde. So they're slowed down. Pluto's retrograde, Saturn, Neptune, Jupiter, Juno, Chiron. Yeah, all those planets are retrograde right now, which meaning that they're feeling a little more intense. They're intensified here on Earth. But I'd like to talk a little bit about the moon magic. Because it's a full moon, it's all about releasing. And so ushering the change and progress is the Aquarian full moon kind of energy. So here are some questions that you could ask yourself. Have I been pragmatic to a point of losing the romance of life? Have I been living too much in my head and not enough in my heart? Have I been trying to do things my way just for the sake of it? That's so rebellious. Have I been trying too hard to befriend people and for the wrong reasons? Have I allowed myself to move forwards this month? So the message is it's time to detach and let go. Really? Really? Okay. Trying to be all things to all people versus having real relationships. So pretty much this is a time to consolidate who is important. Who do you want there with you? Okay. To celebrate, let's say your birthday. Who do you want there? Who do you want to really try to make relationships work? Okay. If you're trying to attend to make 10 relationships work, but then there's this 1 to 2 people that are really special to you that you're putting on the sidelines, this is something to re-look at. Don't just ignore these heartfelt relationships. Now, a forgiveness ceremony is good for at this time. You could write down everything that you're grateful for, and you could burn it. You could also write down everyone that you would like to forgive and for what the forgiveness is for, and then just see them in a ball of white light floating up into the sky. So that is your moon magic. I'm going to get right into the cards. And I just wanted to show you, I am wearing this beautiful pearl and crystal necklace that my friend Candace gave me for my birthday. It has amethyst and citrine, and this even looks like black tourmaline inside the green stone. And rose quartz. Yeah, I'm just really loving it. And because it is an Aquarius full moon, Aquarius stones are the moldavite, okay, and the aquamarine, which this isn't it, but it's very close. Here it is. The aquamarine. This is really good for the Aquarian energy. And I also made a moldavite and citrine bracelet with smoky quartz. which is really good for this Aquarian moon, full moon. So, okay, let's get into the card reading. Okay, I forgot two things. I wanted to kind of go around the zodiac and let y'all know where this is affecting you. Also, the spirit symbol for this moon cycle is a cockroach. I know, right? So gross. But cockroaches are resilient. Okay. They're strong. They have a tough, hard exterior, and they work together. There's a lot of them, right? So they're all coming together to kind of like take over. And this is what this message is asking us as a collective. We need to take our power back. And whatever that you're going through right now, you're going to be strong enough to get through it. Okay. And also, there might be maybe some obstacles that you need to remove out of your life in order for you to be, God, I wish I wasn't so blind. To be more prosperous, okay? And this is associated, this is actually really good luck. So this is a lucky transit. I did pull the fortune card and the world card. There is like a completion, but this completion is going to create these new things coming in. This is a sign of abundance and fertility and longevity and conquering hardships. Okay, so be like a cockroach, guys. Stay strong, stay fierce, stay together. And I think that's all the cockroach wanted to say. All right, so Aquariuses, this is your first house of appearance. There might be a completion for you in that area. Maybe you're just done being a certain kind of way and you want to change and start something new. And Pisces, this is in your 12th house. Something is being highlighted in your unconscious. Maybe you're letting go of something, maybe even addiction and stuff like that. It's come to a head and you're just ready to move forward. Aries, this is happening in your 11th house. And this has to do with your future, your networks, your friends, your groups. There is definitely maybe something that you've been rethinking in those areas of who your friends are, who you want to continue your relationships with, and which relationships are restricting you. 11th house could also be associated with a marriage in the future or something like that. And maybe this is just something that's been karmic for you, and you're finally realizing this as Saturn is retrograding there, that you're maybe kind of over this. You're done with that karmic contract and you want to move on and open yourself up to something new. Taurus risings, Taurus moons. This is happening in your 10th house of career. This is a completion in the area of maybe your job. Maybe you just don't like it. Maybe it's not serving you. Maybe it's wearing you down, wearing you out. Maybe it's putting restrictions on your home life and your family life and your fun. All right, Gemini risings, Gemini moons. This is happening in your 9th house. There is something completing. Maybe you are done with school. Maybe you're finally graduating. Maybe you have found something new to study and maybe you want to move in a different direction. It could also be that, you have an opportunity to travel, and I would wait until after this full moon to do so. Cancer rising, Cancer moons. This is happening in your 8th house. Now, there is definitely something that is being highlighted and revealed. this has to do with banks, loans, other people's money, other people's resources. So inheritance, it could be a death. It could be also just like more of a sexual taboo. Maybe you're just a little more feeling promiscuous at the time, or maybe you find out some secrets that are that were behind the scenes and you didn't see before. That is going to change your direction. No, don't make any sudden relationship movements at this time. Leos, this is happening in your seventh house. There is a completion. You know what, Leos, we're having to work a little bit harder in our relationships as Saturn is retrograde back into our seventh house. We are definitely wanting partnerships. We're wanting commitment and a marriage, and we're looking to solidify a relationship. And if we're not getting what we need out of them, we have to release and let it go and open ourselves up to something new. Virgo, this is happening in your sixth house, Virgo rising. So this is definitely highlighting something with our health, our daily routines, and how we work. We might need to switch up our routines. If we've gained weight or we're not happy with our choices, maybe we have relapsed in our addictions or our old ways, we're looking to hop back on the routine and the exercise and the healthy eating and diets. And so this is highlighting our completion there. Or we might be finding out about something health-wise that we're going to have to restrict or change our diet. Now, Libras, this is happening in your fifth house. This is maybe, could be, if you have children, it could be really intense time for your children, or maybe just highlighting your children. Maybe you have a child and you just realize that your child is feeling not okay in their body, okay? Maybe this also has to do with your romance. Maybe even like a creative project coming to an end. Maybe if you're, let's say, in a band and one of your band members quit for some apparent reason, this could be a completion there. It could be maybe some information coming through about a new creative project, and or just some intensity also, like I said, around if you have children. And maybe they're just being a little hard-headed and hard to handle. Scorpios is happening in your fourth house of home. There could be a completion with your home. Someone could have moved in. Someone could have moved out. You could also maybe have some issues with your mother, or something is being highlighted about your family. Sagittarius, this is happening in your third house. This is definitely busy energy in the area of errands, community, conversations, communications. You could have some intensity around just maybe your internet or your provider, communications, your cousins, your siblings. You might be having some confrontation with them. So Capricorn, this is happening in your second house. This is about your value. This is your money, how you provide for yourself. And maybe you're just over your current situation. Maybe you're just not making as much money as you'd like to, or maybe the money that you're making is not worth all the time that you're spending at the office. It could also have to do with our relationships and how we value ourselves a lot more than what we have been receiving in our relationship. So this is a highlight to what is your value, what you value. Is it family? Is it time? Is it, fun? Is it vacation? Or is it money? Or is it resources? So what is valuable to you? Your relationships or your own wellness, your own well-being. So that was that. around the zodiac. I'm going to get right into the cards. I'm going to start with the Nature's Whisper. I've been trying to pull out some of the older cards that I haven't used in a while. This is for the full moon in Aquarius. So let love be your beacon. See, this is not a lie, because Leo is opposing this full moon, right? Because the sun is in Leo. It is Leo season. And we're being asked to let our heart drive our actions at this time, and don't use our head so much and like overthink things. Lead with love. When you enter into a new situation, see love paving the way. If it is an intense situation or a work environment, do a visualization exercise of filling the space with bright, beautiful love for everyone involved, including yourself. Acknowledge what is going on and be willing to change how you are approaching this. Communication will be harmonious, and you will have greater prospects to create what you're looking for. Focus on the light within you. Imagine this light shining out of you. Your inner light will permit you to see the world with new eyes and learn new things every day of your life. So that is definitely a good card for this. And now I'm going to pick from Threads of Fate, one of my favorite card decks, because these are gold and velvety, and the art's pretty awesome. So this is for, oh, that didn't take long. Popped right out. I'm going to do this for kind of the foundation of the reading, okay? Ooh, the Alchemist. Look at that card. Mm-hmm. Focus Aid, one of my favorite drinks. Because I gotta focus. With all these crazy energies making me tired. Plus, it's my birthday coming up on Friday, August 12th. So this is like the ending of my solar year. So a lot of things coming to a head, and I'm just tired. I'm ready for my solar return. I'm going to have an Aquarius moon, I think, for this solar year. Very interesting to me. Very interesting. I wonder if that's why all these Virgo moons have been in my life the past year. Kind of help me out. Understand these ways of an Aquarius moon. All right. The Alchemist card indicates a time of metamorphosis. It is a call to view everything in your current life as an opportunity for growth. Right now is a potent time to plant the seed of what you want to invite in. It is also a reminder that your thoughts are incredibly powerful. I've been getting that a lot too. I saw 111 a lot yesterday. We may not feel like we have a lot of control over our lives, but we can work hard at changing our thought patterns to ones that empower us. Oh, I want to show my pretty necklace. Whatever they give, the alchemist is able to transmute. They may have a handful of bad ingredients, but they are able to make magic with what they have. That's such the alchemist. It can be a long process, but they hold a vision for the final product while continuing to show up in their negative situation and slowly work at transmuting it. Someone who is in the shadow of the alchemist may not believe in themselves. They may have both a fear of failure and a fear of success, keeping them paralyzed in their current situation. They can also minimize situations and keep their true feelings inside, as opposed to getting them out and moving on. A key to being an alchemist is naming what is happening so that you can work with it. So that's a really good card. So that's kind of the basis. And I'm going to pick two Making Magic cards to see where we could really be focusing to meditate on alchemizing, and where we should be focusing our heart. Okay. Okay. Oh, there they are. Love charm, attract a lover, soulmate, or life partner. Yeah. Three rays of light, balancing male and female energies, peace and harmony. And that kind of looks like a alien, kind of like not an alien, a UFO. Yeah, we're definitely, okay, this is interesting. So we're alchemizing and really like creating a loving life partner. And in that will help balance the masculine and feminine energies. So when we are attracted to someone, usually we have the same but opposite energies. So where one lacks, the other one fulfills, and vice versa. So that's really nice. So a lot of this is about relationships that I'm getting right now. So I'm going to move on to the animal spirit deck and see what is in store with the animal here associated with this full moon in Aquarius. Chimpanzee. Use both your intuition and your intellect to solve the problem or get answers to your question. Intuition and intellect. That's Aquarius and Leo. Intuition is also Cancer. So let's see what's going on here. When your intuition and intellect are in harmonious accord with each other, there's no problem that you can't resolve. The combination energies as creative intelligence, an elegant blend of our capacity for reasoning coupled with the deep trust in your gut feeling, in the flow of thought and action that results in resolving your question or problem this way, you may surprise yourself as to how simple and effective the answer really is. Your intuition is actually a constellation of physical cues that respond to the subtle body language, voice intonations, and energetic qualities of the person or situations around you, often felt in your gut, but not confined to that area. It's your instinct communicating as aspects of your animal nature that's cued into your survival and growth. You can best assess this instinctual wisdom by breathing slowly and steadily and focusing your attention on the physical sensations you notice. In addition to your intuitive feelings, get more information on which to base your choices by doing some research. Consult books and internet and other oracles and discuss the issue with a friend. Or you may simply need time to contemplate it. Often, when you walk away from the problem or question after intensely researching or thinking about it, an unexpected insight surfaces that helps you discern the best choice among all possibilities. When there's congruency between mind and intuition coupled with healthy doses of patience, you tap into the deeper wisdom of source. Ooh, I like that. So, yeah, there's a lot coming up here. I'm going to pick a couple of these tea leaf cards randomly. So, getting together with friends. Okay, that's very a Leo sun. Okay. And cobweb. Protected from negative forces beyond your control. Like I said, a lot of light workers And if you're on the right path, you're going to get psychically attacked or bullied by opposing energies. This comes through people, situations, thought patterns, and energy levels. So, yeah, let me roll the dice and then get into tarot. Oh, oh no. Oh no. Okay. Scorpio, Sun, seventh house. Okay, there is a lot of transformation and regeneration happening within our relationships, our partnerships, our marriages, our business partnerships. Whoa, 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 whoa. So we have the King of Pentacles. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Okay. King of Pentacles, which has to do with Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. It was upright. We also are reversed. We have the Six of Cups that came up reversed. See what else? Oh, the Sun card reversed. The Queen of Swords, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. All right. Well, we got the Sun. We got the Sun, okay, in Leo. We got the Moon in Aquarius, which is the King of Swords. And then we have the King of Pentacles, which is the Mercury, Virgo, Capricorn, we have Pluto, and Taurus, we have Uranus and Mars. Okay, so there's a lot coming here. Oh, the bottom of the deck, the Moon card. Okay, which is it's the full moon, and that has to do with Pisces and our intuition. All right, let's get some clarity for this deck. This is the other deck. Sometimes a card will come out that already came out for me to really focus more on one card than the other. Ow, ow. We got the Knight of Cups. We got Judgment. Ooh, okay. Something coming up here. Definitely transitioning, transformation. You know, karmas are being paid, karmic debt. Definitely something coming in. Something is coming in emotionally. Someone is offering something, offering a cup, which is pretty awesome. But this is like all the work that you have been doing towards this situation. Okay, so some of y'all are dealing with a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. This could even be something inside your chart. Look at where these houses are. There is definitely some obsession or someone obsessed with money and wealth and status, and they're being super stubborn at this time. We have the Six of Cups, which is living in the past. So there's some unforgiveness happening, and the lack of playfulness. So we're being asked to find playfulness and put fun back into our lives and smile and laugh a little bit more. So because our inner child might be feeling down or feeling weighed down by Saturn, because the moon is conjunct Saturn, and the sun really wants to shine bright, or you might just be overly optimistic about things. We have the Queen of Swords, which is associated with Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So this is our intellect and the air sign. So this could be like clear boundaries. Maybe we need to just be more direct with our communication and not avoid certain conversations, especially with the people that we care about. So the moon is upright, and this is associated with fear and anxiety, but it's also has to do with our intuition. So really just listening to our intuition and let that rule. and not let our fear and illusion and anxiety kind of take over, because it's a really big time in manifestation right now. We have the Judgment card. Okay, this is like a Pluto card. So this is like rebirth and an inner calling. So this is like a new situation or a new offer. And this could be like a romantic offer. This is maybe a project or a new job being offered. This is about beauty too. So you definitely want to manifest more financial opportunities. But if you are procrastinating, maybe doing your resume or putting out your resume and applying for jobs, if you're unhappy and you want to manifest more in your life, or updating your credentials, if you have a lack of progress, this is also associated with this energy. So depending on where this is for you, learn from your mistakes, learn from your past. And maybe in the past, you have always reacted and treated your relationships one way, and then you keep getting the same results. And maybe it's not necessarily the people, maybe it's how you are viewing. Maybe it's your fear and anxiety and how you're treating your partners or partnerships as to why you keep getting the same result. So maybe it's just asking you to switch it up and be a little more optimistic and alchemize, be the alchemist. Take your fears and turn them into tokens of manifestation. Because when you balance your masculine and feminine energy, and you balance your head and your heart, and you listen to your gut and intuition, then you're going to attract that soulmate and life partner. Okay, so getting together with friends at this time, and you are protected, so don't have fear. You're protected in every way, and use your intuition and your intellect to solve the problems. And a huge transformation is going on at this time in our relationships. So let this time be a highlight to how we're really feeling about these things and what we can do differently to change our outcomes if we're not happy with them. All right, guys, that is the reading that I have. I'm feeling guided to just pick one more. Hold on. Maybe from this deck, the Starseed Oracle. Yeah, this deck definitely reminds me of like Aquarius. It's so pretty, and like this deck is like so like out of this world, mystical kind of. The great serving, Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. So this card is saying to turn this irritation, this anger, into love. Because Mars is the planet of drive and anger, but if it's used right, it's that of passion and connecting with another. So let's see what this card says. The Great Server. Yeah, the Great Server. Serving. The Great Severing. Oh, the Great Severing, sorry. 72. I'm so tired. 72. All right, I'm going to take a little drink. Okay, so this is a shadow card, one that may feel confrontational. Don't be afraid. It's here to bring to the surface anything that's standing in the way of letting love in. The warning planet of Mars is our constant reminder that it's important to soften, forgive, and find our way back to love. There are many things in the human experience that make it difficult for our heart and soul to stay open to this never-ending source of love. We're all wounded, and our unconscious wounds inflict wounds on others. It can feel like a never-ending dance that we can never escape. If we aren't careful, before long, we'll see the world a scary, dangerous place where fear and anxiety roam free. If this card surfaces, it could be for two reasons. Firstly, for you to acknowledge the difficult emotions, situations, conflicts, wounds, and fears that are causing you pain and anxiety. And secondly, for you to find your way back to love. When you're hurt, it's normal to close off your heart to the world, to let the painful experiences confirm the agony of separation in earthly life. Soften and find your way back to love anyway. When fear, anxiety, and paranoia paralyze you, it's normal to want to hide away from others and the world. Come out of your cave and soften your heart away. We're all innocent children spinning our way around the world. Find a way to see the innocence in all people, especially yourself. How are you cutting yourself off from love? How can you soften towards those who have hurt you? So that is a really good way to end the reading. Love you guys. If you'd like to support me in any way, I have my link tree below. I sell these awesome crystal bracelets, and I also have a website where you can schedule life coaching with me, or a astrology chart reading, or a transit reading. I have card readings. I have all kinds of fun over there at www.lucidlivingmovement.com. And yeah, I wish you guys the best full moon in Aquarius that's happening on Thursday and Friday, and also the huge meteor shower, Perseus meteor shower, I think that's what it's called. It's going to be kind of hard to see with the full moon, but we might get lucky. All right, peace out. Don't give up on love, guys. Love you. Bye.